Hi rabbits, Research Turtle here. Today we are decoding the most explosive mechanism in parliamentary politics, the dissolution. If you look at the architecture of power, dissolution isn't just a reset button, it is a weapon. In parliamentary systems, it is the executive's nuclear option used to break deadlocks, purge dissent, or ambush the opposition. It is the ultimate high-stakes gamble. The theory behind this is what we call costly signaling. When a leader threatens to dissolve parliament, they are sending two distinct messages. To the voters, it's a signal of confidence, a claim that I have private information that I will win. But to the opposition and rebels within their own party, it's a signal of discipline. The message is brutal. Back me or we all lose power. Let's look at how this played out in France in 2024. This is the archetype of the defensive gamble. The trigger was the European Parliament elections on June 9th. The data is stark. The far-right National Rally scored 31.4%, while Macron's Renaissance Party trailed at a humiliating 14.6%. This was a double-score defeat. Macron's logic was clarification. He wanted to force voters to immediately choose between his Republican order and what he framed as extremist chaos. He bet on the center holding. He was wrong. Instead of fracturing, the opposition consolidated overnight. The left united under the new Popular Front, and the result was catastrophic for the executive. The parliament became a hung parliament. No party reached the 289-seat majority threshold. The left took about 180 seats, the center 159, and the far right 142. The consequence wasn't clarity, it was legislative paralysis. Now, shift your focus to Japan in 2026. This is a completely different beast. This is the offensive strike. Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi isn't acting from weakness like Macron. She is acting from a position of aggressive opportunism. Look at her approval ratings. We see a massive vertical spike, the Takaichi spike. Her cabinet support has surged, fueled by a staggering 90% support rate among voters in their 20s. She is riding the honeymoon effect, striking while her political capital is at its absolute peak. Why now? Because she faces the twisted diet. The lower house has a precarious majority, but the upper house is opposition-controlled. This structural gridlock means bills go to die. It is the legacy of the previous era. So, Takaichi is using the budget as a hostage. She's weighing fiscal stability against political legitimacy. Her argument is simple but dangerous. No budget without a mandate. She's forcing the opposition to fight an election they're not ready for, using the economy itself as leverage. When we compare these two scenarios, the contrast is sharp. France 2024 was reactionary, triggered by defeat, aiming for survival and ending in paralysis. Japan 2026 is offensive, triggered by popularity, aiming for domination. But history warns us that this is a dangerous game. We have seen the archetypes before. We have the reformers like Koizumi in 2005, who purged rebels and won a landslide. We have the breakers like Boris Johnson in 2019, who broke the deadlock to get Brexit done. But we also have the mistakes. Theresa May in 2017 lost her majority due to hubris. Chirac in 1997 dissolved early and lost power completely. The risk for Japan is total gridlock. If Takaichi fails, we entered the plant government scenario, an inability to pass treaties or inflation relief leading to economic stagnation. However, if she succeeds, we're looking at a massive conservative realignment, shifting the country toward constitutional reform and an active military posture, effectively ending the 1955 system. Dissolution separates the tacticians from the gamblers. The question remains, will Takaichi be the next Iron Lady or a cautionary tale? That's it for today. Turtle out.